always wait to see it. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Clan Diesel, and this is Three Old Men. We're back. Kinda, sorta. Diz looks like he's a Donald Trump impersonator. I love it. Oh, I am Clan Diesel. This is Nerdacopia Network. This is Three Old Men. Off to my side here are my hetero life mates, Dr. Diz and the Admiral. Double out Buck. What up, Buck?
I was wondering if he was going to do it or not. He finally put it in there.
There you go. Yeah. Thanks, Dr. Diz, for that prime sub. You cheap bastard. Somebody once told Diz to put his money where his mouth is. He told him to fuck off.
Why does it look like Diz went to the cheapest place available to get a spray tan?
I'm sorry that I'm not as pasty pale as you two ghosts over there.
That's true. You know, my costume for Halloween is now powder from the titular movie of the same name.
You gotta shave the eyebrows off again.
That's true. Once again, well, you know, 10 tier 3 subs and I'll shave my eyebrows again.
Dang, you upped it big time from the last one.
In this economy, I can't do 2 tier 3 subs. I got kids. I need to eat. It takes a few days for them to grow back.
That is true.
Am I pasty pale now?
No, but you're not orange. Now you're orange. On this side.
Yeah, he's two-faced now.
Over here. There's a lamp over here. See?
I'll call you Dreamsicle.
There's a lamp.
Which is my favorite ice cream.
Because I'm creamy in the middle.
Look at him, Chad. I'm gonna lick him.
That is like blinding me.
You saying you're blinded by the light?
Coming off of me and you at the moment.
Now you're pink. What's the deal? Now you're, oh my God.
You got a rave going on over there?
Oh
Damn.
my God, it's too bright.
Well, this is starting out swimmingly.
How about that? That's pretty good, right?
I think it's marvelous.
Makeup, please.
Listen, I will say I went to go shave. I was honestly going to go shave. And before, luckily, I've lived enough life to check my shaving supplies before I shave. So I'm not in one of those moments where you've shaved and then you go to open your aftershave and you're like, oh God, this could be bad. So yeah, there's not enough aftershave for me to shave. So I didn't shave. So I'm a little bristly. This is still adjusting.
I gotta adjust the green screen, the chroma key. There we go. That's better, right? It's not getting the shadows. All right.
I think
the new number is 207.
Remember that chat's gonna be on the test.
Well, now if I forget, I can just go back and rewatch this episode.
That's true. What was my chroma key setting on? That's why this episode is favorited. That's nothing to do with the content. My chroma key settings are in this one. So how's everybody doing?
I mean, we're here.
That's well. that's that's
I-
true.
Exhausted.
So you have been playing a lot of World of Warcraft.
No, I'm talking about just where I'm at right now.
I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4
You
by
have been playing a
myself.
lot of Diablo 4. I've played some with you.
I know, but if you compare it to the amount I've played, I'm playing by myself.
That's true. You played a
I've
lot.
got like half of the map discovered.
Oh, nice.
I really shouldn't be doing this because I'm starting. I probably haven't made it even halfway through the storyline, and I'm starting to get tired of the repetitive gameplay of just destroying things with lightning.
Yeah.
I need to stick to maybe just the main storyline and
Just
quit doing
run
all
the
the side
story.
quests.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, that was the realization that I came to. It's like I can run around and do all this, but it's literally just me hitting left mouse button, right mouse button, and every now and then when one of my guys dies, I hit one to make another skeleton to replace the one that fell. However, I have lots of skeletons, and they do good work.
In your closet.
So, are you going to pick up the expansion?
Yes. I think that's
Vessels of
what spurred me to
Hatred.
play it. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Are you going to make one of the new
Diablo
classes?
always does. You know how I feel about expansions. We
I
had that
do know how you feel about
revelation
expansion.
earlier this year. But for Diablo, it works because they're the ones who they make a game, they make no more than 2 expansions, and then they go to the next game.
Usually that's how it goes. Yep.
Now they have these seasons now. I don't know what that means for Diablo.
The seasons are cool because it's like if you've already done the campaign, it's like a little extra added story to world build, and you get like cool little items and stuff along the way.
I have noticed some of the side quests, they build towns like if you do them.
Yeah. Yeah. I did like the fact, and this is like it's been in Diablo 4 the entire time. Well, you know what? We bought it at launch and then didn't play it except for like a 2-week period. But I did like how when we did the stronghold,
Mhm.
it like opened up a whole basically new town that wasn't there before.
Yeah, that's how some of these side quests are.
Yeah, I did like that. That was cool. It's like, oh, because you cleared this out, you get a new teleportation spot and new shops, which is always good because you're in Diablo 4. You're always running to the blacksmith to break stuff for transmogs and then to sell armor that you're not going to use.
Unless you're like me.
Then not play Diablo 4.
No, where you have one of every class and you're saving everything to make sure your other classes don't need it.
That is true. You can do that. But you get so
I
much
think-
stuff, you really don't need to, really.
Yeah, I started even breaking down the legendary items that I was getting in Diablo.
Yeah. Well, that's how you get. I noticed that's how you get different aspects at the occultist.
Yep.
What up, Rolly? How's it going? He says we're his favorite middle-aged guys. Yeah, we would have went with that, but 3 middle-aged men doesn't roll off the tongue as well as 3 old men. So,
That's true.
And then 3 guys with no pants was taken. I don't know.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Rude.
That's on a not safe for work site.
Oh, nice, getting off early, but you got to come in
I'm
early.
in there.
That's
How about that?
the universe giveth and the universe taketh away. There's a balance.
So, you got any topics? Anything happening?
Well, let's see. You got anything, Buck?
I mean, you said that you had something you wanted to discuss when we went live. So
Well, a little bit of a news topic. Doesn't really affect us, but it does affect the industry. So, as you know, Twitch has this big event, right? TwitchCon. They hold one in Europe and they hold one in random places in California, usually, right?
Mhm.
A lot of times in San Diego, which, if you speak Spanish, you know means whale's vagina. So, this last TwitchCon, and for like one or two before it, streamers from other places that kind of match the green of Buck's screen there.
I mean, they can't see that.
They can't see it, but trust me, Chad, it's very green.
The green of my Murloc.
There you go. Also have been to TwitchCon. And everything's been fine, right? The only time anybody's got kicked out up to this point is when they go in and they're banned on Twitch. If you're banned on Twitch, you can't go to TwitchCon. Them's the rules.
I mean,
Makes sense, right? So
if you're not good enough for the platform, you ain't good enough for the convention.
exactly. Which is why we don't go. We're not good enough for either. So anyway, fast forward to this year's TwitchCon, which was like last week or something like that, week before. There was a lot of streamers who showed up that stream exclusively on another platform showed up to TwitchCon, which at first I will say really weird, right? Like for me personally, if you are repping a different platform and you don't like the way that Twitch is doing stuff, why do you even go?
So that they can voice their opinion in person.
But they don't. They show up to rep themselves
Oh,
and
I
pimp
know.
themselves out.
I know.
But it's like you don't stream on the purple brand, so why in there? What up, Zach? How's it going? So why even go there? So that's my first question: is why do you even want to be there? Anyway, this year at this past TwitchCon, they did some weird shit. Like one streamer came up to another streamer who streams on Twitch and was actively streaming. The other person was streaming actively on the other platform and came up and just like, I don't know how to say this other than say it. Literally just like through the shirt started suckling the other streamer.
Hmm.
Like there was a newborn babe.
So, one streamer
Was like,
who was
you know,
actively streaming walked up to another
on the
streamer.
phone, like, hey guys, what's up? This is me and I'm at TwitchCon. Let's go. And the other streamer was like, hey guys, what's up? I'm on this other thing, but we're at TwitchCon. Let's do something. And then they go up and they're like, hey dude, what's up? Not much. Hey, hope you have a good day. All right.
So was it like a motorboat, or
No,
was it
this
like
was
a got
this
milk
was
type of
this
situation? Or
this was two dudes.
two dudes, no
Two
milk.
dudes. No, yeah, there's no no dairy involved. And they were just streaming, and the dude just like was like there, and they took a picture together or whatever, and then dude just went in for it, and the guy was like, "Whoa, what the hell are you doing?" As one would, I would imagine. I mean, I don't know how you feel. Feel free to make it your own. So and there were a couple of incidents like that, like where they were like saying weird comments to people on their stream, saying overtly sexual things on stream, crashing people's streams at TwitchCon, things like that. So anyway, Twitch announced this week that going forward, streamers from other platforms would not be allowed to attend TwitchCon.
Hold on. So if you've ever streamed on the other platform, then you're not allowed to be at TwitchCon.
No, I don't think so. I think if you're actively streaming on that other platform, like exclusively or whatever, you're not allowed. Like you have to be a Twitch personality to be allowed. So like if you're like somebody that is streaming exclusively on the other brand, then you're not allowed at Twitch. Like you actually have to have a Twitch channel and it has to be active. So I don't know how they're going to police this. Like if somebody's multi-streaming.
I
But
know someone that does that.
but apparently that is the rule that has come down from on high.
On high, yeah.
Yep. From Dan the Man. So that was a little bit of industry news that I saw this week. But like I said, my big thing was if you're actively there and that's where you want to be because of the split or whatever reason, I'm assuming it's the split. Because otherwise, I don't know why. That's just me personally. Everybody's welcome to their own opinions. I don't know. Why do you care?
I mean, unless they're trying to fish for people to come to the other side and leave Twitch.
Could be. It could be that. You know, it could be they're there to try to network with sponsors. Because there are a lot of companies there at TwitchCon, you know, looking for streamers and stuff. But a lot of these companies won't do anything with the other brand. You know, it's pretty much if you want to get sponsored these days, it seemingly looks like you have to either be on Twitch, YouTube, or both.
Yeah.
You know, but that was just my, you know, feelings about it, not knowing, you know, why, if you're there, why would you even care about the other one? Because clearly you don't like what's going on there, or you want to go to the other place because you get more money. So why even go?
Money,
please. I mean, money does talk.
Why do you want to even be at TwitchCon? Why don't you petition them to make, you know, GreenCon or whatever?
I'll go in next year. How much would it cost for us to go?
Well, let's see here. Let's look at the logistics, chat. For us to go,
if all three of us went, room and board would be taken care of.
It would be shit. Do you have a secret house in San Diego?
Remember my resort
sub that's out there.
Remember my resort
your
plan?
Resort. Yeah.
Yep.
I can transfer it to anywhere that they have one.
No, there you go.
However, if you do need, I do have buddies that are stationed out there. I could, you know, we could potentially bunk with them.
But yeah, I mean, logistically, you're looking at what the fuck is
Luke
that?
Goblin. It's a Luke Goblin.
No,
Luke Goblin.
It fell over. It has trouble. It has little feet, and it fell over back here.
Hey, you know,
head is
but you're looking
large.
at 3 plane tickets.
I mean, we could all drive.
Or, dear God, man. And then up to 3 rooms.
Telling you, I got the rooms
food,
are covered.
You know, food and stuff, and then TwitchCon tickets, which I think are like maybe $200 a pop.
Oh, not terrible, right?
Not too terribly, no.
And it's only like it says 17th through the 19th, so it's only like this year
that
2 or 3 days. Yeah,
yeah, it's only like
Thursday, and Friday. So we might be able to
Right.
disappear at the same time for 2 days.
Oh my God.
Right?
Are you saying we could go to TwitchCon 2025?
I mean, it's a possibility.
Hey, I can show you all around some good hot spots in San Diego. I was stationed there for 3 years.
Nice. Don't get us anywhere where we could go to jail.
I mean, we'll just stay away from cheetahs.
You
They
need
got
to. They're
cheetahs out
fast.
there?
Yeah, it's a strip club. Yes.
Oh, Glenn's never been to one.
I've never been to a strip club.
Yeah, but you said you didn't want to go to jail, so we'll stay away from cheetahs. There's other strip clubs, but that one might get you put in jail.
Go to
I'm
jail.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Go to cheetahs or to jail?
Go to jail. I mean, definitely going to horny jail if they're doing their job right. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a stream goal, right? We just put it out there and
Put
can
it out
fund
as
it.
a stream.
We just fund it, right?
Yup.
Well, they call that crowdsourcing.
Your crowdsource. We
Is
can
that what
start a
this
GoFund.
is?
We can start a GoFundMe.
I
Chat
mean-
says they thought you were stationed underwater, Buck.
Only when I was deployed.
He was stationed at Atlantis Station.
I mean, I can neither confirm nor deny that still exists.
There you go, chat. We all know what that means. It does exist. It's just in a different galaxy. We were shown that. You ever watched the critically acclaimed sci-fi series Stargate Atlantis?
Diz ain't never seen it.
I know.
I've watched one episode of Stargate.
Well, yeah, but that's SG-1, right?
Yeah.
Not Atlantis. That's a
Yeah.
whole different one.
Yeah.
That's different. I mean, you gotta have one to have the other.
That is true. And then you get Clan's favorite, which is
No, it's not.
the SGU.
It's no one's favorite. That's why it only lasted 2 seasons. Fuck you, Sci-Fi Channel.
So there was another trip that we were talking about, but it was
Oh
That's true.
yes.
closer to now,
Yep.
not a year from now.
And also closer to home.
So
To see the Wizards of Waverly Hills.
me and Rolly VT did some investigating.
The
Last
crack
night.
team of investigators.
So they are ghost facers, and you and I are the Winchesters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bucky.
And so you can't really find the pricing for this on their website. And when you click on like if you want to like schedule something, it goes to some
Yeah.
like generic like booking looking site and like but Rolly VT over there had a very smart idea. He saw that they had gift cards that you could buy for other people for them to go. So he was looking at
Oh.
how much those cost.
That's
So
using your brain meat there, Rolly.
he was saying like just like a guided like tour like during the day or something like that was like
Mhm.
around $20 something or something. And then if you if you did something a little more, I think it was like an 8-hour tour or something like that, it was like $60. But if you wanted to do the 10-person, you know, explore by yourself all night in this place,
115 a person.
it was roughly about $100-ish, probably a little more than that a person.
That's why I guessed 115.
Yeah, probably in that range. It's like a little over $1,000 in taxes.
Plus taxes, exactly. Nice, but you still need 10 people.
You need 10 people.
Hey Zach,
we're
you
trying
want
to-
to come up and go through Waverly Hills with us? It's only the most haunted place in America and possibly the world.
And I was correct on what we discussed last time. I informed Harley, and her exact words were, "If y'all want to go deal with that fucking shit, you go right ahead. I don't want a part of it."
There you go. I want to be all up in that.
Because she not down for the scary stuff.
Listen, I'm just saying. I'm gonna warn you right now. That ball starts moving.
I'm
I
sending
may
rock salt.
I may also.
I mean, if we all go, we can live stream it, right? So we can just.
That's true. You can live stream as long as there's signal. Yes, we can live stream.
We gotta get GoPros and night vision goggles.
The camera's up pointed back at her face.
We look like an episode from the first season
The
of
Blair
Ghost
Witch.
Adventures. Is what it looks like. Oh man.
We'll bring our equipment. I'll have like a stethoscope. Like, this works, right? And you'll have like a what's it called? The little what the Ghostbusters use with the little flaps on the side that went them down.
Oh, the PKE meter.
PKE meter.
I mean, I think me and Clan have seen enough of Supernatural. We can make our own EMFs.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have to have an EMF detector. Supernatural, Ghost Adventures, and Phasmophobia have told me this.
Is it true that you're going to be our Aaron Clan Diesel?
Am I going to be our Aaron? I thought we were making Baker Aaron.
Well, Rolly is nominating you in the chat.
I mean,
hey, I was under the impression that Baker was going to be the one possessed, and that Rolly was going to be the first one to pee his pants.
Let's see.
I mean, I'll go in a room, but Diz has to go with me and hold my hand.
Oh, it was discussed, Rolly, last week.
Listen, I'm just concerned about evacuating bowels, to be because you can't recover from that.
As long as I'm with somebody, I'm usually not scared. Okay, you put me in a place by myself, then I might get a little scared.
Exactly. That's the only thing I'm concerned about, because once you shit yourself, there's no coming back from that.
I mean, just take extra change of clothes.
Yeah, but everybody knows. Like,
wear double underwear.
Hey, but Clan, if we're doing it at night, nobody's gonna know exactly who did it if we're all standing in a group.
Or if we've all shit ourselves.
I mean, unless you've got a very unique odor that everybody's like, "That's Clan. That's got to be Clan."
Like, why is it spicy?
That would be the tail right there.
I mean, I eat a lot of spicy stuff too, so you know.
So if it's a little spicy, could be myself or Buck.
But if it's me, they've had to take out my demons first. I don't think a ghost wants any part of this, to be completely honest.
Oh, and we were gonna elect you to call to see if reservations are still available. Plandy.
Oh, okay.
We wanted to give you that privilege, you know.
Nah, thank you. Yes, me, the Nerdicopia business manager.
Well, they might speak French or something. I don't speak French.
Maybe. I did it once and it worked.
Yep.
Je ne parle pas français.
This was there. We had to call this vendor, and we called. And they answered the phone, and it was French.
Yeah, in French, I just asked you, "Do you speak French?"
And Diz and I looked at each other, and I was like, he was like, "I don't know French." And I was like, I just know a couple of words. And I was like,
No habla French.
and I was like, I was like, bonjour, parlez-vous anglais? They were like, yes. I was like, Bran.
Hey, as long as you didn't say "Vivos to mir salute," everything's fine.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That translates to "go to hell, motherfucker."
Oh.
So, had you said that, they might not have been like, "Yes."
That's true. They probably would have been very upset.
While we had them on the phone, I regret that we didn't ask them what Muzzy actually was saying.
That's true. What did Muzzy say in those commercials? What is Juice V Legong Juice V?
We'll translate and figure out what he actually said.
Hold on. I got it. Will Google Translate do it? Hold on. We're about to solve a 30-year-old mystery.
Watch it not be what he said, because he spells something wrong and it comes back as something completely off the wall.
Detect language. No, I want you to do it from French to English. Okay, here I go. You ready? Yes, Google Translate would like to access the microphone. Yes, allow. Juice V Legong Juice V. It says, I don't think it exactly grabbed the right words, but it says, the Swiss gang. So it was a gang recruitment video the entire time. Holy shit, Chad. We just went Dateline.
I told you this, and he wouldn't do it right and he'd come up with some random shit.
Muzzy was secretly recruiting for the Swiss mob. I didn't even know there was one.
I mean, we can ask Malnox about that.
Maybe. He is our Swiss informant. Right. Nerdicopia Network. We're international.
I mean, Mal's got a black belt. He may very well be a part of it.
Prestige Worldwide.
Maybe that's why he went. So
yeah,
he was recruiting.
Maybe he's teaching ninja magic to the Swiss gangs.
Hey, he needs to teach American magic to the Swiss gang.
Listen, as long as the Swiss gangs are funding his Genshin addiction, it's fine.
He's like, when you guys need to make a quick getaway, put your hands behind you and run really fast forward.
Works for Naruto.
It does.
They don't run like that on Dragon Ball Z.
No, they do not.
They fly.
I didn't think they ran. They just thought they flew around.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they fly with their hands out straight like they're Superman.
Oh, by the way, did you see that Superman approves of Space Marine 2?
Yes.
Yeah. So now it is the chosen one. Superman approves.
When he becomes Wolverine, are we still going to refer to him as Superman?
If he officially becomes Wolverine, then he can become Cavalry.
I mean, if he gets to take over that role, then since he's part of Marvel, Marvel trumps DC.
I mean, he did make a good Wolverine.
But I'm saying, like, if he officially takes it, you can't do like a little scene in one movie and be like, oh, he's Wolverine. No, you got to officially take over the mantle.
If I was in one scene as Wolverine, I would be telling everybody that I'm Wolverine.
Yes, you. But he already has gotten his established, in other fields like Superman and The Witcher, and he can't just take a small little scene and be like, I'm Wolverine. Everybody be like, but are you really? You were only like one little spark.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, who knows? Maybe it was a teaser of what's to come.
If he fully replaces Hugh Jackman, then okay.
Well, we know Hugh Jackman is coming back as Wolverine for one more movie.
Yeah.
He'll be in Secret Wars. So we'll see how that goes.
You know the show Reacher?
Yes.
Did you see that he asked if he could be the new Batman in the new DCU universe?
The guy that plays Reacher?
Yes.
Shit.
That'd be the biggest Batman we've ever had.
That Batman would beat the ass of every other Batman just because
Who are you?
Batman's like
I'm
6'7", 350 pounds.
But he said that he would highly
He's-
appreciate getting a chance to be in that role, and I'm like, that's gonna be the biggest Batman ever if they take him.
You know how Batman's usually hanging from something or hiding behind something? He'd just be like poking out from behind.
Yeah, he's just in the shadow, just
He's just too big.
going to the door. He has to, excuse me.
He like bends down and turns sideways
Oh,
and then
yeah,
stands up.
I'm Batman. Like,
I was like, well, I mean, that'll be a very big presence, but I'd still rather have Jensen as Batman.
now he played a DC hero before.
Yep.
If you've watched the series Titans, he was Hawk.
Yeah, I heard. I haven't seen Titans. But
He was good. I'm surprised Diz didn't watch that show because he likes Teen Titans really well.
Yeah, I may
This
get
is
into
like
that one
dark
later.
Teen Titans. But I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I haven't watched the last season.
Have either of y'all watched NCIS?
Yes.
Did you see that I think it's October 15th? They're launching NCIS Origins, and it's going to tell the story of Jethro before he became the head of his team.
Yep, it's young Gibbs.
And I was like, oh man, if they do it right, this is going to be amazing. If they don't, everybody's going to hate them.
Liz, here's my. I watched NCIS for like 20 seasons.
Right.
All right. My problem with NCIS is they got rid of all the characters I gave two shits about.
Right. Towards the end, they're all
So now
gone.
the only character on there now that I care about at all is McGee.
Yep. Oh.
All right.
And he wasn't even there in the beginning.
Exactly. So there's just Proby.
Right.
Is the only one that's left. Like Gibbs is gone.
I mean, to be fair, Abby kind of had no choice.
Yeah, Abby's gone. Ducky, R.I.P.
Yep, that's two. That's not with us anymore.
DeNozo's gone.
Yeah.
The first lady that was there, her character got killed, so
Yeah.
she's not there. And then you have
Ziva,
which I liked.
yeah.
She's gone. So like, there's no reason for me to watch now. It's a totally different show. Spin it off to NCIS DC or something, and just let it die.
Right. I mean, they have all the other offshoots.
Right, and they got rid of the best one
because they had LL Cool J, and
I didn't watch that one. Fuck that one.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like they have the spinoffs with LL Cool J in there, and then they had the one for oh fuck, what was his name? The one that was Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah. Scott Bakula.
Yes.
Quantum leaped into an NCIS investigator,
and
we
so
had NCIS New Orleans, which was my personal favorite spinoff. Because it had Scott Bakula in it, and I will watch anything with Scott Bakula in it.
So it's like y'all have all these offshoots. Why do you keep prolonging?
And then they canceled
the
Hawaii,
main one,
which was good, and in Hawaii. I will not forgive them for canceling Magnum
Too
PI
expensive.
or NCIS Hawaii.
What about Hawaii 5-0?
They have NCIS Sydney, which is on a different continent.
Right. What about Hawaii 5-0, Clan?
I didn't watch Hawaii 5-0.
Not even the old one?
I mean, I've watched the old one a little bit, and I've watched maybe an episode or two of the reboot, but it wasn't something I got into. I like the guy that played the main character though. He was in another show I liked. Here's the thing, and blame it on my raising. All right, because my mom, bless her heart, was she liked watching dramas and comedies and stuff on CBS. So in my house, we were a big CBS house, except when Matlock came on, which was on NBC.
Mm.
So we watched NBC when it was time for Matlock or Falcon Crest. So that's an old hit for kids that grew up in the 80s.
So with my grandma, it was Matlock, Murder She Wrote,
Yep, mom's big Murder She Wrote fan.
Columbo.
Yep, mom watched Columbo too. Yep. And Dallas. Did your granny watch Dallas?
I mean, probably, but I don't remember seeing that on.
Listen,
My mom enjoyed Dallas more than my granny did.
listen, my mom, the house stopped when Dallas came on. All right. She was getting her J.R. Ewing fix. All right. And then she also watched the spinoff of Dallas, which was Knots Landing.
Yep.
So yeah, we watched all that. So I'm a big CBS show guy, even now, right? So like I watch all that shit. Like NCIS, I watched it. I watched CSI. I watched. There's a new show on CBS called Tracker,
Yeah, I've seen it.
and it's got the Green Arrow from Smallville in it. Or some of you may know him as one of the twins in the This Is Us.
It's
Oh, yeah,
also
that
got
show.
it's also got him he's got a brother that we know very
Yes,
well too.
he does have a brother played by one Jensen Ackles. That show is very good, and I like it. And it comes back October 13th, and I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, yep. And that's the way it is.
I really need
So-
that tangent alert.
We do need a tangent alert. Yes, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Tonight
So-
we learned that Clan Diesel is secretly a 60-year-old woman.
That'd be cool
So-
if Chat could do an alert and like run like alerts across that says that or something.
That would be good. Yep.
So y'all have seen Hook, right? Robin Williams.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
You know when Maggie Smith died, she died 10 years after Robin Williams.
Yep. And I
And
don't
if
know
you
this.
watch the movie Hook, when Peter comes into Wendy's house and she says it's been a long, or says it's been a long time between visits. She says it's been 10 years.
Been 10 years, yeah.
And I was like, there's no way you set that up on purpose. But that shit
Oh,
just mashed where it's been 10 years since they've seen each other now.
Yeah. Also, on the Harry Potter side of things, she died 1 year to the day after second Dumbledore.
You gotta be specific for second Dumbledore, because
Yeah, I was specific.
some people are like, she died a year after No, after the second one.
After second Dumbledore.
First one didn't make it very long.
After Dumbledore.
But most of the staff of Hogwarts has passed away.
All the ones you care about are gone. Pretty much at this point.
They were just secretly old witches and wizards, and they finally hit their limit.
Mission accomplished, Potter.
oh. He died too soon.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
And
He did.
Hagrid.
I was watching a video on TikTok the other day where a bunch of these Kevin Smith videos that started popping up on my TikTok feed, and he's talking about directing different movies, and he said there's this one moment on the set of Dogma where we're in front of that chapel, getting ready to shoot, in between scenes and stuff, and
Mhm.
Alan Rickman is sitting there with Jason Mewes in front on the chapel steps, just having this intense conversation, and he's like, "What the hell do these two have in common that they're talking about?"
I seen that video too.
Oh
Nice.
my god, that's great.
Yeah. Just to hear that conversation, right?
Yeah,
I want to know what was in that conversation.
yeah.
'Cause that has to be some stuff right there. Yeah. He was very good in Dogma.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen it, you probably can't see it.
It's very difficult to find Dogma. Hopefully, one day Kevin Smith gets the rights to Dogma back. Don't worry, it's just the same alert we've been getting for weeks at this point.
Just
It feels
checking.
like.
Dang.
Still down. Yep. Also, another good movie with Alan Rickman in it, Galaxy Quest.
I've never seen that one.
You've never seen Galaxy Quest?
Nope, never watched it.
Oh, I know another movie we got to add to the Cineplex.
I mean, I always thought I would enjoy it. I just it never crossed my path where I could watch it or something.
Wow, I went to the movies and watched it.
Hmm.
I also,
When did it
I
come
can't
out?
remember. I don't know if I went to the movies and watched. I'm pretty sure I did not go to the movies and watch Dogma, but I can't say that I didn't.
So did it come out in 1999?
What?
That's it. Yeah, there.
Yeah, Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest old.
What you didn't like him as the Sheriff Clan in Robin Hood?
Yes, I did.
I mean, bring up old movies.
If you bring up Robin Hood, you got to sing the song.
I mean, we can go Brian Adams if you want to, but you will get DMCA'd. Because if I start singing that song, we're going all the way to the end. I ain't cutting it off in 30 seconds.
No, you gotta do the whole thing.
You can't start that one and then just walk away.
Yep. Pre Yellowstone Kevin Costner.
Because you can't start, everything I do song and be like, no, I'm good.
No, you got to go on. You got to do it to the end, just like every 8th grade dance. You got to dance that whole song.
I mean, he threatened to carve the dude's heart out with a spoon.
He did. He'd have done it too. He'd have done it.
So do you think they'll ever reboot these movies like Harry Potter, like
100%.
Lord of the Rings, like
100%.
these big epic movies?
Mm-hmm.
Seems.
I mean, we'll be using walkers and canes by the time they do.
Unless they have some kind of stipulation that the studio can't, they 100% will. It's like Back to the Future, right? So, Back to the Future
hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't happened. There's a reason. It's because Zemeckis and Gale, who wrote and directed the movies, have a clause. They have to give their permission in order for a remake or a reboot, whatever you want to call it, to happen. And they have to approve any kind of Back to the Future material to be made. So the Telltale game that was like Back to the Future 4 was approved by them. That's why all the cast and stuff are in it. They have a clause that states that Universal cannot remake Back to the Future, one, without their permission, two, until they're both dead. So when when Zemeckis and Gale are both dead, Universal will get start doing a remake of Back to the Future, guaranteed.
Well, I thought you were going to say they couldn't do it until all the main actors were dead. I was like, well, Christopher Lloyd seems like he's going to live forever.
Don't tempt fate. This past week has been god awful.
Oh, dude, fucking 2024 has killed off some of the best people.
Like,
Chris Christopherson's gone now.
Yep. Chris Christopherson died this past week.
Only
Maggie
one
Smith,
highwayman is left alive.
Died this week. The guy that played John Black in Days of Our Lives died this week. Pete Rose
Dikembe
died.
Mutombo. Pete Rose died. Shit.
Pete
Dikembe
Rose
Mutombo. If you know who that is, basketball player.
I do
really
not.
tall guy.
I assumed.
You I don't know. You may have seen him in some videos when he would block people. He would just shake his finger at them, like.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That's
before,
Dikembe Mutombo. Died of brain cancer.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah.
So there's like 6, 7 people that have died just this week.
Oogie Boogie died.
Yeah, the guy that played Oogie Boogie in Nightmare Before Christmas, he died this week as well.
So I was talking about this just a little while back. Is it because that there's just so many more famous people now? Is that, and then we're hyper connected, so we know when everybody dies, the instant they die. But I mean, is it just like when we were younger? Were there just less famous people?
I don't think it was just announced when we were younger, because all we really had was the radio and TV at that point.
Like,
I mean, you had the newspaper, but a newspaper wasn't really gonna put the death of someone outside of that state in their paper, unless it was big name like Diana, when Princess Diana died.
Yeah. I also think it's because our generation is a very media connected generation. Like, our generation was big on TV and movies and stuff. And so now,
before the internet,
and now that a lot of our generation are in news and things like that, that when someone that, especially from our past, that was famous or whatever dies, we know about, because it's like, oh, I remember him in such and such, or I remember her in such and such when I was growing up. And it's just that emotional connection, right, that they have to these people, that drives it. But it's also, like you said, the intense interconnectivity of everything now in 2024, so we immediately know when something happens, and it's and every little outlet and Twitter account that people read for stuff like this all have that. So there's a likelihood that either you're following that account or that person, or you're following an account or person connected to this person. So it's just instantly media fed that, oh, this event has happened, this person has died, this, yada 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 yada. So I think it's kind of a double kind of deal for that. It's like when freaking Akira Toriyama died. When Akira Toriyama died, who is the creator of Dragon Ball and does the art for the Dragon Quest games and Chrono Trigger,
that fucking went worldwide.
Like, yeah, it sent shockwaves everywhere. It was such a big death and mattered to so many people. The Mexican cartels, which had been and are still warring with each other, called off the war so they could mourn the death of Akira Toriyama. That's how this is. It's like I said, it's one of those things where we're so emotionally connected to this stuff now, that It's like retro games. Like we do a lot of retro games. Why? Because there's that emotional connection, that nostalgic connection to that thing.
Mhm.
You know, there's
But
it's not just it's a
time in
thing, there's a
life
feeling.
that wasn't stressful.
It was a time in life where you enjoyed life. Yeah. Yeah.
So you
We're
you brought up
adulthood.
something. You said he did the art for Chrono Trigger,
Mm-hmm.
and you in Discord threw out a game, and when I looked at it, it made me think of Chrono Trigger.
Sure the shit does, doesn't it?
It does. It looks a lot like it. I was like,
Yeah.
went to the fucking future, and there's a damn robot. I was like, what the fuck?
I know. When I saw the video of it, I was like, that's Robo.
Yeah.
And then it opened up and it had another character in it. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, that's a little
different.
distinct from Robo. But
Yeah.
then the robot fought with the character to
Yeah.
defeat the enemy. And I was like, shit, that's Robo, but you get to drive inside of Robo.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's a mech. And then it jumped up and started fighting. I was like, oh no, it's a robot.
Yeah, that was me. I was like, oh, it's Robo. Oh, it's a mech. Oh, it's Robo as a mech. All right. I'm in.
Well, and it's called what was it called?
It is called, just a second, I'll look it up here on Steam.
Something of Time.
Threads of Time.
Threads.
Yep, Threads of Time. It has no release date. It is being developed by Rio Games, published by Humble. But it's got 100,000 plus wish lists as of October 2nd. And it looks freaking amazing.
So there's some screenshots from it.
I mean, that looks like when you fly with the little Draco things in Chrono Trigger.
It also reminds me of Secret of Mana a little bit.
Secret of Mana, yep.
Flaming.
It's pulling. Yep.
And then this, look at this. I mean, you guys are getting real close. Like, you're getting Power World close to getting
You're
sued.
getting dangerously close. Yeah. Yeah. You are intellectually distinct or something.
Hang on. Part of our stream just dropped out for some reason. Oh, now it's back. It's like my video card did something there. I don't know.
Did you update your drivers?
I don't think. Yeah, I mean they're pretty up to date. I'm not saying I have. No. Oh, maybe no. It does say there's one available.
See.
And then there's the overworld.
Yeah, I
reminds
want this game
me
so bad.
Like you're in Dinosaur World here. Like,
yeah, you're all over time. All sorts of. I was like, this.
Here's
this
the robot.
Seems very familiar. Yep. I don't know if you want to put the trailer up there and show the trailer, but it does look a lot like this could be as close to a Chrono Trigger remake as we're ever going to get. Because I think there's two games that I think Square Enix is scared to death to remake because they're afraid they'll break it. And if they do, they'll have a bunch of 30 to 40-year-old nerds mad.
I saw you.
That's really loud. Hang on.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, I think other people would like this. And I posted it in the general game chat on Discord.
Long before your quest began, hero.
It was like, take my money.
You open the doors of time and space and turn the world on
It is ready to drop $70 on this game right this second. If he can get a copy.
A glimpse of what I saw.
Yeah, at first I was like, oh, it's going to have like anime cutscenes, and then it switches to that, and I'm like, holy shit. This is great. She kind of looks like Charla or Charlea, whatever her name, Magus' sister. Based in Fort Worth. It's 1999 maybe. Or 2300 for Robo is. Do I get to fly around in a cool little ship?
You see, there's 4 characters there, not 3.
Yep, it's 4 characters. Which I like. I do like the 4 character party. More in Final Fantasy 4 cards, you get a 5 character
Prepare
party.
to remake history.
But yeah, I want this game right now. Like if they would let me pre-order it,
Long
Why are
before
they,
your quest
I'll do
began.
it right now.
Why are they hanging out with Okami there at that campsite?
That's a good question. I'm glad Akami can get work.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game looks good. Now, I'll definitely pay money for it, but it looks like it may also possibly be on Game Pass. But speaking of I know you like Secret of Mana, and one of Secret of Mana's features is that it had multiplayer.
Mhm.
3 people could play Secret of Mana, one controlling each character. Well, you may have heard about a little game that came out called Sea of Stars. Remember that game?
Yep.
Very good game. Highly recommended. Well, apparently it's getting an update where not only are they adding more story stuff, it's getting story DLC, but they're adding multiplayer. So now you and a friend can play Sea of Stars together. And I thought that was neat. Because you really don't get that in single player JRPGs.
Our TV's broke here, so
Dang it. We gotta get a new TV. Hey Zach, can you donate us some money so we can get a TV? Like $200 so we can run down to Walmart and get a new TV.
look at this. It won't play.
Nice. Will not
I don't
run
know.
Nerdacopia.exe.
Have you the like the little Nvidia thing? You know how it pops up in your screen sometimes. Have you seen that? It did that, and everything dropped out, and now the TV don't work. So, I don't know.
Turn off the Nvidia overlay.
Yeah, I need to. Right?
Yep. Also update your drivers.
Where is? I need my notepad here. Turn off overlay.
Or
Turn off.
just smack the side of the TV.
I mean, you
Turn
can
off
try.
overlay. How much you need?
Just
About
right hand.
$350.
Right hand. Yeah. About $350, do it.
I want a release date for this game, but you know what's going to happen? It's going to come out the same time Fable comes out. That's what's going to happen.
Maybe more than likely.
And then I won't get to play this because I will definitely be playing.
That's true. Diz will be mainlining Fable into his veins.
Really enjoy that game. Like, I enjoy Fable so much that when I had an Xbox and I had Halo 2 on the Xbox, all my friends wanted me to play Halo 2 with them online. I would avoid their phone calls so that I could sit there and play Fable by myself.
Leave me alone.
Trying to get this 72 hit combo to get this achievement.
I'm gonna share this with you. I don't know if you've seen this or not, Diz.
Probably another fucking game I'm gonna have to buy.
No.
I thought, look at this game. It's cool. Like,
This
yeah, it
is-
is.
Look, I'm good at finding games. I'm sorry. It's a blessing and a curse.
And say I'm in Diablo 4 and my completionist compulsion kicks in, and I'm trying to do every quest and find all the map, like expose all the map.
Yep.
And I'm like, I gotta fucking just do the main storyline so I can move on to another game I need to be.
No, that's me. It's like I the side quest is right here. I gotta get the side quest.
Shit.
Man, I feel like the only time that Diz picked up the phone when he was saying that he skipped it to play Fable was when a piece of tail called.
I mean, it could be. It's like, oh, this is.
He's like, this is
Pants
way
related.
more interesting.
So let's check the timeline here. No, that wouldn't have not happened, okay? I guarantee that didn't happen at that time frame.
For Fable?
Yeah.
Not
It-
even.
it
hell.
It overlaps another event that is still occurring in my life that would be good if it
I mean-
continued till I'm dead.
I mean, it could have been that
Mm.
piece of tail. I'm just saying. You could have got a phone call from that.
I mean,
Wouldn't have picked up the phone.
we did live together, so you know.
Wouldn't have picked up the phone. Even in their wedding, the Diz had custom vows that said, you know, well, I'll cherish you more than anything except Fable.
So you're saying like the best man had to say I do for Diz because he was too into Fable?
No, Diz said the stuff, but there had to be custom things that made sure that she understood. She was number 2 to Fable. Just so she knows where she's at.
And she ranked just above Halo.
Yeah, sadly, that love affair has ended.
Right. So now Halo's not even in the picture anymore.
No, no. Now's our time to get him to play Gears of War. I tried to get him to play Once Human. He won't do it.
I've played a few times.
Played a few times. Also, there is
Okay,
another
alright.
new game though.
All right, here's what you sent me, right?
Okay, yep. This one, I think this has some new stuff in it. This is from
Volume
TGS.
right here.
Oh,
Definitely.
well,
I have seen that.
come to the right place.
Yeah, some of it I've
There's,
seen before,
who
but I think
better
there's
to tell you
parts
all
in
about
it that they've
them than
added.
Perhaps the
Don't hold
greatest
me to it,
hero
but I
of them
think
all.
that there's new parts.
Yeah. There he is, in all his finery. Cheers. I mean, sure, you get your mega fans,
Like, we didn't see this part, did we?
person.
In the announcement
haters.
trailer.
Fan club, but we hate you.
your chances, and the occasional giant toad.
Curious about the main character.
Isn't? But it's more than that. It's about the choices you make.
What about them?
I'm a
You're gonna be able to customize them, or if it's gonna be the
Thought you could say.
static choice
You
of
know, it's your life and death
boy or
stuff.
girl, or you know.
That's what
gonna be.
defines you, isn't it?
My guess is you'll
Really,
get to
uh,
customize it because that's
plays
been a
with you.
hallmark of Fable.
I knew this one hero.
I'm imagining.
I took her in when she.
Well, you had like a
was to
default
go.
template. You could customize like the hair, the
exclusive
tattoos.
club
you
in
know.
all of Albion. Thought I'd get her out there, make the most of her gift. But you know what it's like when you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell you, this kid, she had it all: the skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right. She was terrifying.
Throwing dagger.
So, yeah, I girl once. Or the wrong choice.
Hold on, chat. We're gonna get his reaction here. in just a
Humphrey.
second.
It's back.
I'm going to fix it. Ace. And no one is going to stand in my way.
Who's that? Do we know who that is?
Don't know who that is. Do you know who that is?
Well, the only like female character that has spanned the games has been the sister, right? From the first game,
Mm-hmm.
who becomes like the fortune teller guide in the other games and stuff like that. But it didn't sound like her.
I want to know if John Cleese will be back as your butler.
You know, I hope so, but I really hated the start menu when you start and you went to this like because it really screwed with the game. But they need to make it work if they're going to use that.
Yeah, yeah. So, what'd you think? What are your thoughts?
I don't know if I should know who that lady is.
Well, it's all about this. Like, we don't know if this
'Cause
is a
she's
complete
back.
reboot or if this is connected at all to any of the previous games.
Right. But they're teasing like I should know. But I'm not gonna look it up. I don't want to know. If I can't figure it out myself, I don't want
This is a stepping stone to the Fable cinematic universe.
to know.
So, yeah.
She's back.
So, there you go. Little teaser, little snippet, if you will.
That is that little piece was extra. I had not seen that.
See, there you go. I thought that's the way that it was. Pretty good for a studio that makes racing games.
Yeah.
So, here's a question. Two more things. It's the only other two things that I've got. So number one, there's this game that I've seen a couple people playing called Witchfire, which is like goth first-person shooter, very dark fantasy first-person shooter. I think it's single player. I don't know if they even plan on adding multiplayer at any point, but kind of look neat, something different, you know. It's like Doom, but you're a goth. Looks kind of neat.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an early access. Definitely something to keep an eye on. I think it looks kind of cool. Like, I don't know. I've not played it. I don't know.
Hold on.
But it looked neat.
Hold on,
You've crashed again, haven't you?
No. No,
Oh,
okay.
hold
So
on.
there's like the logo, whatever the title screen, and then I was
Uh-huh.
just kind of clicking through some of the screenshots here. So, is this an Amazon game?
I don't think so.
Okay, it just some of these shots here. It reminds me of what was their MMO that they put out
New
that we
World.
played? New World. New World, a little,
Yeah, which is coming
especially
back.
like this one here.
Yep. 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 New World is coming back and to consoles as New World Eternum. If you already own New World, you get the update for free. But speaking of MMOs, there's another MMO
Ooh, yeah.
that just came out, also by Amazon,
Just came out.
published by Amazon Games, not made by Amazon Games, made by NCSoft. but it's Throne and Liberty, and
Throne
it
and
is
Liberty, yeah.
free to play, which and Korean, which means there will be things to buy. But it did release this week, free to play. If you had bought the early access stuff, you could start, I think, last week. But yeah, it did come out on October 2nd for everybody. It's free to play. So that is also something that came out.
I was looking at like watching a video about MMOs that are coming out in the near future, and they were talking about some stuff that was like really coming up. They were talking about EverQuest 3.
EverQuest 3?
Yeah,
I've not even heard of EverQuest 3. Is
Yeah.
Daybreak really going to make EverQuest 3?
I don't know. Curious if that video was accurate or not.
I see a thing here, EverQuest 3 target release date 2028.
And then it was talking
Codename
about
EverQuest Next.
ArcAge 2, which I think has a different name now.
Yeah, I did see that. ArcAge Chronicles
Chronicles. They changed it to Chronicles.
is Chronicles. Yep.
It looks pretty good, but it's somewhere in the distant future when it's going to come out.
Listen, Diz, personally that when it comes to MMOs, I'm a slut. I will I will at least try any MMO.
Mm.
So, me. Yep.
So we have to wonder if they come out with EverQuest 3, will it be the WoW kill? Because
No, WoW's
EverQuest
the
2
WoW
is
killer.
not.
No,
Right.
WoW's the
No,
WoW
what
killer.
WoW has to kill itself for it to be gone.
Oh, it's working.
WoW is like Destiny. The only game that can kill Destiny is Destiny, and it succeeded. But yeah, the WoW is complicated. WoW needs a WoW 2.
Well, as of right now, most of what's being said about the newest expansion is that this has Blizzard's game in the best place that it has been in a very long time.
Yep, I've heard nothing but good things.
And if that's the case, there's still 2 more installments for this expansion. This a saga.
Yeah.
So there's still 2 more expansions to come in regard to this one.
Yeah.
And if they do the other 2 like it is now, then this might be the breath of fresh air that they needed. But
So here-
like you said, they need to look at putting it on the new engine and moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, the people that are playing it, they continue to get older and older, right? So a lot of
Well,
people
you
don't
don't have to
continue to
rub
be
it in.
gamers. They as people get older, they tend to stop playing games. A lot of them. So they fall off. So do other things. I guess I don't know what. But so the next generation has to like the game. Are they going to like this WoW?
Well, as of right now, they are.
I think here's what I think WoW's going to do. This is just me shooting shit. This is what I would do if they handed me the keys to the kingdom. Right? I think WoW is in a good place right now because Metzen is back. So you got somebody that knows the lore, even back to the PC games, the strategy games, helping build the world. And I think that's important because the thing about WoW that you got to understand is WoW is more than just WoW.
It's not just the game.
Exactly. There's a lot of story stuff that you can do in WoW that reaches back 30 years to, Warcraft Orcs and Humans or Warcraft 2. There's a lot of stuff there. Like, really, the first expansion of WoW was the sequel to Warcraft 2.
Well, it's just like when Mist came out, right? In Warcraft 3, you run into a panda that's running
Right.
around, and then you meet Chin Stormstout on the Isle of Pandora, and you're like, oh shit, I know that guy.
Yeah, like
I've known
know
him
that guy.
before this game came out.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So, touching on
it's
that,
important
how
to do
many
that.
players are tied into the storyline, and how many players are just playing for the grind? Because I know
That's a
at least
very good
one
question.
player right now that could get two shits about the storyline,
Yep, I know the same player.
but is
Say-
a avid player.
I would say if you put up numbers looking at the people that play like I do, very often and since the beginning, I'd say that you probably have half, if not a little more, that are invested in the lore and the game. And then the more newer generation of people that are coming in are more in the how fast can I push, how fast can I get my gear score up, and prove that I have the best stuff in the game.
Yeah. And with like WoW expansions, like any other MMO expansion, right? Any MMO that releases an expansion, the best numbers that expansion's going to do is probably within the first 30 to 60 days of it being released. After that, it's going to drop. And then you mentioned another thing too. There it is, where it's like how many people are, invested in this in the lore. And then Buck said, "Well, someone like me who's played it since the beginning, and I've played Warcraft since original DOS Orcs and
Yeah,
Humans,
I played the original.
all
all the way to
alpha
WoW.
of Warcraft, the World of Warcraft. Took a break, came back, but that player is becoming less and less.
That's true.
Like there are 100% there are players that are playing retail WoW right now in this day and age that never played vanilla WoW, never played Burning Crusade, maybe have never even played Wrath of the Lich King. They came
And
in
it
at
shows.
a later date. And like what you talk about when you talk about WoW, it's like it's a different game now, and that's why it's made for these newer people, which I understand business wise. I understand they're the market that's going to grow. Our market is literally aging out, and in some cases, possibly dying.
It's this weird. Like I've played a little bit of the new expansion, but I haven't played through the entire thing. It was weird. Like the quest. I had one quest where it was like, go talk to this guy. That was the fucking quest. Like,
Yes, but did you
Like-
read what the guy told you?
yeah, I was reading the text and everything. Yeah, but it was just like it was like, go over here, walk this way, take 2 steps to the left. I was like, fuck, man. I have a fucking brain. Come on.
Well, no, listen, the thing that you got to do now, realize too, is that there's a lot of people, especially not calling anybody out, but the younger kids, that they're just motoring through this stuff so they can unlock the other stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Pushing as hard as they can to get
So
the end game.
it's hand holding them so they know what to do so they can get past this. Now, other people like Buck are sitting there and they're reading the captions and they're reading this so they can know the story, and they're taking their time and going through here and doing their stuff their first time through. But I would say the majority are not. The majority
Here's
of people
where I-
are just getting there so that they can get their loot so they can get raid ready.
Here's where I'm getting. Like when I was playing it, it was like, okay, I'm reading,
Diesel.
and it was like, this is all bullshit. Like none of this little side stuff is just it. It was just here's a busy task, here's a busy task, here's another. I'm like, holy shit! It's making my brain go numb to the point where I just don't want to read anymore. I want to skip and let's kill the little lizards on the ground and collect their tails and handle men. Like, oh my
So
god, I,
so
I I'm a level 70 whatever the fuck I am, and I'm picking up sticks off the ground again. Is where I'm at. It's the same thing with Final Fantasy. I'm like high level character, and it's like, okay, go over there and pick up those sticks, dude. You're standing right here. Walk over there and get the damn sticks.
well, the side stuff in each zone allows you to see what each faction is dealing with in this expansion. If you pay attention to how it funnels the main story and then the side quests at each part of where the main story is. The side quest is trying to teach you the backstory or the conflict that's happening between the factions. But some of it is filler quests, just to get you XP.
Yeah, and I
But-
think you're always going to have that in an MMO.
Right.
It's just
But
part of it.
But do you have to? You
well,
really-
to,
That's
to
called
get
that's called pumping in content because we didn't have time to actually write anything interesting. So let's throw in this extra shit to keep them busy.
well, but for this scenario, they did write in all the stuff. You know, like they took a little longer to make this expansion because they knew that if they did what they did last time after Legion, and then they made Dragonflight, you know, enough that people showed up, that if they dropped the ball like they did in BFA and Shadowlands, that this was it. So I think that's one reason why they brought the big man back to Blizzard, because they're like, look, we can't afford to have 2 expansions drop like this again.
Since BFA, this is the first time that Blizzard has had back-to-back expansions that did not perform.
Right, that's what I'm saying. BFA and Shadowlands dropped the ball, and then Dragonflight tried to revive it and held enough that now War Within is trending back up again.
Dragonflight was fucking annoying.
If you got into the lore and the story, it wasn't. Y'all are
But that's
hooked
the
up on the
problem.
fact that y'all
You-
got off that fucking boat, and all you heard the entire time in that first zone was him welcoming thousands upon thousands of people to the Isle.
But I heard it
So
in other zones.
when I started playing the new expansion, my character spawned right there on shift.
That's
and I had to
because
set up
Diz
all my
did-
shit again,
That's
right?
because
'Cause-
Diz did a gear update.
Yep.
And all I
Welcome to the
heard
Dragon Isle.
for 15 minutes while I'm setting up all my buttons and everything is "Welcome to the Dragon." Welcome
Exactly.
to the. I'm like,
They paid somebody to say 2 lines, and they reused those lines ad nauseum. That's true. I mean, I get what both of you are saying, but the thing about it is that you have to make the content good enough to make me want to care about the lore and get the lore. But it's the thing. It's a lost lead, right? It's like, do we pump in money to get people to write the lore and bring stuff in when they're just going to run through and do their thing? That's why they don't give you flying right at, the best flying right at the beginning, because you already know it's not like you're on a different planet or anything. You just went to a different continent, and for some reason you Master Chief it and forget how to hold 2 guns. It's like your animal forgets how to fly right. That's weird. Why does wind work differently in this continent?
Yes.
it's not the wind.
It's not the wind. Yeah. So I understand that. So
We're in the wrong hemisphere.
when you got people that care about the lore and they want to know the story and how the story affects everything that they've done up until that point, but you got most people that are just running through the content to get to the part where they can do the part that they want to do. Gotta gear up, gotta get raid ready, gotta get raid ready, gotta get raid ready. That's all they care about. They don't care that somebody, the spider people are boring a hole into the middle of Azeroth or whatever. They don't fucking care. They don't even know what the planet's name is, probably.
They probably definitely don't know what the name of the fucking continent is that we're on.
So the Turks and Caicos. uh so there's that. So
Subrosia.
it's like, to help the lore people, you got to take away from the fast running people. To help the fast running people, you take away from the lore people. So it's, where does most of our stuff go at that
So
point?
here's where I'm at. Okay, when I played DDO, you went from quest to quest to quest. You would have a chain, right? Just like you have in this,
Yep.
but you actually felt like you did something. It wasn't like these little short quests that you do in WoW. It's like
Yep.
in WoW, it's like, go collect this, go gather that, go kill this thing. But you actually in DDO, you actually had a storyline that you went through in the dungeon that you went into, but it was just a series of dungeons.
Right.
So
I
I
was gonna say
think that's
that's how
where I'm
DDO
stuck
was.
on.
Yeah. The thing about DDO is an outlier, or at least it was when it came out.
I
I
need
played
more
DDO when it
epic
came out.
quests that are, feel meaningful.
Like, DDO was an MMO where you have a hub town, and they were really pushing Eberron because 3.0 just came out. That was their big thing. Hey, we're moving away from AD&D. Here's Eberron, and you're in Eberron now. Screw the Forgotten Realms. We're not there anymore. Eberron is our place.
Mm-hmm.
You have a hub town. It's got shops and stuff, and then dungeons. It's dungeons. You like dungeons? If we got dungeons for you, the entire
Just
game
dungeons.
was dungeons. That's all it was done. You go to do this dungeon, you come back, buy your gear, sell your loot, run another dungeon.
It works well for people that don't have a ton of time too, because you don't you're not existing in the world where things are attacking you constantly, like
Right.
in WoW. You can go do a dungeon or two, and then you could stop playing for
And I think WoW has helped with that because it took from WoW. Modern WoW is really good at taking from other things, like the dragon flying. They got that from Guild Wars 2. This solo, being able to solo a dungeon with NPC things, they took from Final Fantasy 14. So they're looking at things that other people are doing, like, oh well, we can do that. That'll help our game, and they take them and they bring them in and they modify them. But now you can just go in, like, okay, I need to run a dungeon. It's on my quest log. I need to run this dungeon. My buddies aren't in. Okay, I'm gonna go run this dungeon. And you get in with your NPC. You tell the NPC, hey, lead me through this dungeon. And it's like, okie dokie, and it runs you through the dungeon everywhere you need to go.
Well, it
Yeah.
should, but it don't.
They also broke it because you can't do older dungeons like that. Like me, when I got to level 71, I can no longer run Dragonflight dungeons like that. It would not let me. I cannot do it in the finder. It was gone. It's like, you gotta go to the War Within dungeons now. I'm like, but I haven't done this dungeon. I want to do this dungeon. And it's like, nah, fuck you. You don't do that content no more. And that's the other thing. Like, there's all this content in WoW no one is ever going to see. Like Shadowlands. No one's ever going to go back to Shadowlands. No
Oh,
one's
they'll
ever
see
going
it if they
do.
watch me.
No one's ever going to run through Burning Crusade again.
They won't see that if they watch me.
No one's
But they
going to go
will
through
see Shadowlands.
MOP or Cataclysm. That stuff is never going to happen. Nobody's even going to care. And now, hell, the biggest, baddest NPC that's ever lived in WoW, you can go through the game now and never even know that they existed.
I mean,
other than you meet his sister, who brings on a bit of necrophilia. But
I mean,
that's
that's
what I'm saying.
debatable if he's the most badass.
Like, at the beginning of this thing, this is what needs to happen, right? If I'm Mr. Microsoft, here's what you do. So we know there's 3 expansions, right? The World Soul Saga. We've already got one. They're going to release every 18 months. So 18 months from the launch of the War Within, we're going to get Midnight or whatever it's called. I think it's Midnight. And then we get the final one 18 months after that. So that gives me so long to one. I need to pump my numbers up. I'm going to milk this cow for all she's worth. So
Gives you 3 years.
So it gives me 3 years. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to release it on. It's already on PC. I'm going to release it on Xbox.
Nope.
And I'm going to release it on PS5.
Nope.
Which will be easy. Everything's already there. They should be able to port it lickety split. Not a problem. Especially on Xbox. Xbox runs Windows. So literally should be fairly easy. It's a Windows PC with an AMD with AMD APU, basically, is what it is. So getting over to PlayStation probably be a little weird, but you can play WoW on Linux. It's not a problem. So that should not be a problem. It'll just take a little more time. But it comes to Xbox first, then releases on PS5. That way it is on par with Final Fantasy 14 and Throne and Liberty. Because I think all of those are now on every console, right? Except Switch.
Yeah, there is the threat there that, as you bring in the newer generation, how are they going to play these games? How are they going to get introduced to WoW?
Right.
If
Well, I mean,
they're
right
not
now,
available on all the different platforms that they might play.
exactly. You're missing out money. I mean, if you bring it out for Xbox, right? Now it's not going to be for everybody that's got an Xbox 100% because a lot of people are playing Xbox or playing COD or something else. It's just how it is, right? MMO's not for everybody.
There will always be a market for a console.
Yeah, but you're 100%, 100%. But you're going to pick up thousands of subscribers. You just are. It's people are at least going to try it for a month or two and see how they like it. It's just because a lot of people have been hearing about it for years. Never been able to play it because they're a console gamer and they don't have access to a PC.
And all
Or
your
a
new
PC that'll run it.
MMOs that like here's the Arc Age Chronicles. And you can see on their webpage Steam,
Yeah.
Epic Store, PS5, Xbox.
Right. You have to. You have to.
So games coming out like this. I mean, look at this combat.
Yeah.
This looks amazing.
Well, it's the difference.
This is what
between
WoW's going to have to
Western-
compete with, coming up.
WoW has to hold its own against the onslaught of, Eastern Korean RPG.
There's just going to be
MMOs.
more and more.
And they just run them through, man. I mean, more than likely, it's closest thing to slave labor that you can find, probably. But I mean, that's how it is, right? That's just how they do it. They pump out these MMOs, support them for a little while, bang, make another one to replace it. But you bring it to console, to both consoles. Hell, if it'll run it, bring it to Switch too. That way you're everywhere. Right? What up, Sly? And then at the end of the World Soul Saga, you announce, at the very least, you announce that development is happening, or it's already been happening, on the sequel to WoW. But more than likely, you're going to need more time than those two other expansions are going to give you. Maybe. This is, in my heart of heart, this is what I would do. So you announce that WoW 2 is in development at the end of the World Soul Saga. And you're going to say, all right, so we're going to have a little bit of content coming through. Maybe not a major expansion, but we're going to have a little bit of story beats come through on WoW. Maybe one more expansion. And then you do say, but we're going to release WoW 4. I mean, not WoW 4, but Warcraft 4. And Warcraft 4 will bridge the story between WoW and WoW 2. And then in WoW 2, it's new characters, new engine, new story. That everybody gets to start over from the beginning. Hold on, I gotta go get a drink.
I
You
love
guys
the
discuss.
improv channel points.
Yeah, that was a pretty good. Yeah, custom channel point. Big Slot TV redeemed drink buck for 100 channel points.
After his drink, we're going to get off here. I have an early morning. So I'm going to be very sleepy.
I gotta be up at 5.
Well, I don't really get up that early, but like 6 o'clock, an hour later.
And I'm on your time zone.
That's like 4 for you. Right?
No, I'm on your time zone, so I got to be up
Oh.
at 5 your time.
Yeah. But like, yeah.
So like 4.5 hours.
Well, welcome back, Clint Diesel. We'll see you guys next time. No, I was just saying I have an early morning, so we probably need
Yep. Me
to
too.
cut it out.
Yep. So, what you before we leave? What you guys think about my diatribe there?
I think that if they're gonna port to consoles, they just need to do like WoW 2, because they're already to the tail end of what's happening now, and to go ahead and push it to consoles at this point in time would be irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant for somebody new.
I don't know if they'll ever go to a new like WoW 2. I think that they'll always try to stay on that one WoW. But they'll probably go to the next engine, and it will be basically be WoW 3 probably.
If you do that,
iterations here, but
then some of that old content will have to be put away. It'll have to be archived. You won't be able to access it anymore.
unless they're currently working on converting it, behind the scenes. And
the development to keep it going, some of that stuff in a new engine or whatever would be very expensive. I don't think Microsoft would want to spend that money on that. It would be much more cost effective just to port it to console and then everybody start over new and WoW too. I mean, in new players, if you're a new player right now, what happens? You log in, you do the super intro island.
I mean, you don't have to though.
Right, but more than likely you are. Well, I think you don't you have to if you've never played WoW before. You have to go to the island.
Not if you pick, like, say you pick a goblin, right? It gives you their starting homeland or the intro.
Okay, so you get through there, and then at level 10, you get sent to the leveling expansion, which for if you've never played WoW before, will be Dragonflight. That's your only option, and then from there, you'll get sent to War Within.
I mean, they gotta get their money out of that soundbite.
That's true, exactly. So
I think they already got their money out of it.
All of that other stuff, you're not going to touch.
Which is why I said it would be irrelevant to send it now, because they only get 2 expansions.
Yeah, at least until they complete the War Within, and then they can go back and do the other stuff if they want to.
You think if they do WoW 2 that they'll summarize the first WoW with just like a cinematic in the beginning when you
probably?
That'd be a hell of a fucking video.
It'd have to be really abbreviated.
It'll probably be an option like this. The starter NPC that you talk to will be like, to catch you up on the world events, go over here and watch the the Histotron 5000. So
It'll be Blingtron.
Chrome
if you don't know what Blink
there and be like, here, I can tell you a story.
Chrome would be like, I'll take you back in time and show you firsthand.
So that would probably be how you do it. Either that or there'll be some kind of big cataclysmic thing that happens, and then they won't even reference what happened before. And then you maybe piece it together as you go along. Yep. I'm done.
All right. Well, let's get out of here so I can get some sleep.
Somebody scheduled a meeting for in the morning. It's the worst idea ever.
Me. All right. So, Bob, why don't you go first?
You want me to go first? Let's see. Well, currently I'm out of state, but my normal schedules run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Currently at 10 a.m. Central Time. Due to everything going on, Monday will not happen this coming week, but Monday and Tuesday is Ark Survival Ascended. Wednesday is World of Warcraft, where we are leveling a character and going to show everybody all the quests of War Within. And then on Fridays, we do 7 Days to Die 1.0. And then every first and third Saturdays, we run my D&D campaign that I homebrewed at 7 p.m. Central Time.
8 p.m. Eastern.
And we will not be having it this Saturday because I'm out of state at the moment. And we are going to be down a few players. So it'll be the third Saturday this month.
You, me, me.
Don't matter. I did the intro.
Okay. So, me and Glenn Diesel make up the Nerdicopia Network. We stream primarily on, and only on now, the Twitch. What do you call it? Twitch Network? Twitch, I don't know. Whatever you kids call it. The
Twitch.
purple one.
The purple stuff.
Yeah. This is what you get. You asked me to do it. So this is the temperament you get.
Oh no.
So we try to stream a few times a week. On Mondays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, we do Super Retro Game Show. Extreme, where we sometimes do extreme stuff. Mostly Clan Diesel over there. He's the wild one, and we play retro games. And we're currently playing through Zelda 9,
Diablo
8. Let's. Yeah, well, that wasn't retro. We didn't do. We played through Diablo 4 last week. But we're playing through The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, the HD version of that, and we're not too far into it, so feel free to join us on Mondays. And on Thursdays, we do this lovely show called Three Old Men, where me and Clan Diesel and Double Up Buck just talk about random shit. So pretty much, and then complain about stuff, and then make fun of each other for being too orange.
They did
I
have
mean,
me.
it's not our fault you had jaundice.
That's true. It's not me.
Jaundice is yellow, not orange.
I mean, you could have liver disease too, as far as that goes.
And then on the second and fourth Sundays of every month, we do our own little D&D called Not Actually Heroes, The Forgotten, where Clan Diesel is our DM, and I get to play a character, and Buck plays a character. We have some other friends, and they play characters. So it's pretty fun. If you want to
Everybody's a
drop
character.
in and check that out, that happens on at 7 p.m. Eastern on those days, and goes until about 11, about 4 hours ish. But you don't have to stay
Usually,
all the time. There's no
usually about-
commitment.
Yeah, 3.5 to 4 hours.
You don't have to commit for the whole time. You can just jump in. We have fun. We tell jokes and all
Hey,
kinds.
and if you need to drop out, you can always catch the upload when we upload it to YouTube, and then you watch the whole thing at your leisure.
Yeah, we do have a
Because
YouTube
we do that.
that we call the NerdTube, and it's over there in chat. So it's youtube.com/Nerdicopia Network. We have hours and hours of our shows out there. Super Retro Game Show, Three Old Men, Not Actually Heroes, The Forgotten, and Cataclysm, the sister campaign that we'll be switching back to. I don't know when. Maybe at the end of this year.
Maybe.
Maybe sooner. I don't know.
Depends on
We'll
how
find out.
fast I can get them there.
And some of the older shows, like After the Roll, which there's been some talk of it coming back. So I don't
There
know.
has been some talk of it coming back, so we may have to dust off After the Roll and do a one off After the Roll episode.
And then the lone 3 a.m., 4 a.m. movie review.
Yeah, 4 a.m. movie review.
Yep.
Which used to be
which
our
used-
top video.
Used to be. Now there's another video that has knocked it off the
That's
list there.
true.
Apparently, Clan Diesel DMing is just really popular. So
I wouldn't go that far.
it's what the people want. It's like electrolytes.
It's what plants crave.
All right. So we have a Discord. We have all the socials. You can come follow us on all those. Come talk to us in our Discord. And we, of course, have a merch store because it's legally required by all streamers.
In all 50 states.
It's just nerdicopia.net, not .com. I almost said
Not
.com.
Yep, not nerdicopia.com. Maybe one day we can get nerdicopia.com.
All right. Well, that's my spiel. So how do we get out of here again? I can't remember. We haven't did this in a minute.
Oh, you want to do the classic? Hold on. Let's see if I still got it in me. Oh, stretch a little bit. Hey, you kids, get off our lawn.
See you guys next time.
Bye.